Hello, hello, hello everyone. I'm going to do a little more of a informative video here once I get the Swedish fish out of here. So guys, what we have here is, I'm sure most of you know, probably the most anyone who watches this knows, it's a deck builder's toolkit. Right there. So this is the Ixalan deck builder's toolkit. Now it's one of those products that a lot of people in the Magic community know about. Not too many people buy them. Well, not too many people that play the game. That's kind of what this video is about. Oh, God. Something to open it. 1 second. Ooh, here's a little Pika from my last video. Maybe his tail can just get in there and open that bad boy up. What the hell? There we go. Thank you, Pika. Oh, man. Alright, so Deck Builder's Toolkit, what it is, it sits around $20 MSRP. There's this nice little thing that Wizards comes out with every year. This is just a sleeve. It's not like a poster like the Fat Packs. And this is a cool looking box. Basically what it is it's designed for newer players, and I do recommend these to newer players. I'm going to go through this video and explain why and how. So everyone comes with this big storage box, which is awesome. You can store decks, sleeve cards, deck boxes, all that sort of stuff. 5 packs, usually of the last few sets, whatever deck builder's toolkit's in it. Put this, put it up there for now. Cut the camera. And then it comes with some stuff. So it's a little quick guide. Yeah, quick guide. And then you have a land pack. Now most players have too much land and they like throw it away basically because they have way too much land. But for new people, not having enough land is huge. That's a big thing. And then we have some other specialty lands and some assorted commons and uncommons. And then 5 rares, one of each color, that are kind of like iconic rares. And then your packs. So the commons and uncommons are kind of a jumbled mess from the sets. So let's get into it. We don't need to open the land pack. We know what's in there. It's just land. So let's open it up. And you get a bunch of cards, like 250 something cards altogether, plus boosters. Why? These things are a lie. It's like easy, open tab. There we go. 10 years later. So yeah, Evolving Wilds is probably one of my favorite commons in any set because, yeah. Ooh, Siren Stormteller, Charter Course, yeah. So these are all I want to say from the last set from Ixalan. And they're really good ones, actually, some of the ones I needed. But yeah, it's like a nice solid, like, they're not going to get a playset of anything. Ooh, I actually need those in particular. But, I mean, it's a good way to start gaining, don't mind me there, a great way to start gaining, cards, because when you first start out in the game, you don't have anything, really, except for maybe a few cards someone gave you to be like, hey, check this out, blah, blah, blah. You could buy starter decks, which is also the other thing I would recommend, but they kind of took away most starter decks and stuff. You get the Planeswalker decks now, I think. But a lot of people say that there's like not much value for new players inside this because you don't really get a playset of anything. There's more land there. You just get a bunch of land and then a bunch of assorted commons, like 2 to 3 maybe of some of the commons. But I mean, it gets people started. Yes, you can build a deck out of all this stuff, and no, it won't take you to FNM or any sort of tournament. It will get you thinking though. That's why I like this product. You get some cards, you kind of look at the cards and you're like, okay, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. Let's put these all together in a thing and make something out of it. I also need that. And it just really gets you to understand what kind of cards are in Magic, Because when I first started, I remember I had no idea what anything was. It's pretty well need that. And people would say like, "Oh, I got this and this and this," and you're like, "What the hell is all that, and that?" And I'm putting things aside that I'm actually looking for. So this is a great way to get introduced to a lot of cards. It tells you how, it tells you, you know, what they do, haste, fake fire breathing, stuff like that. Like, this is a great way to introduce yourself to them. Even if you don't build a solid deck around any of this, you're going to have the ability to start something and figure it out. So, like, you can be like, oh, dinosaurs look cool. Let me pull out all these dinosaurs and see if I can make something from it. And then you play someone and you lose. You get stomped. New players are going to get stomped pretty hard unless you have a fan base, a friend base of people who are trying to teach you how to play and everything. Actually, let's see what's in here, because there's a lot of lands in the other one. I wonder if this is not just the land pack. And making your first deck is not. My first deck was mono green with like 100 cards in it. It was terrible. But I mean, I learned how trampled work, and I realized that trample was a really cool thing, and ramp, and I figured out all these things just by playing. And that's what this does. It starts you playing, and then you realize your deck's not going to be great. So you learn from what all your friends are doing or what your enemies are doing, and that's how you start playing Magic. That's how I learned. That's how I recommend people learn. Instead of just being like, I'm going to go to this deck list here on www.getmyinstawin.com/standard nights and just copy something there, because that doesn't help you build any sort of actually I want to save the Ixalan for last. It doesn't help you build any sort of deck building knowledge, so you're just kind of like learning secondhand what Magic is, and it's not what this game is. It's not what this game is. You're supposed to learn on your own. You're supposed to feel it out, you know? Yeah, that's my rant. Ooh. Standard staples, #value. Yeah, so would I recommend this? I mean, I got this for $17 off Amazon. It's $20 like at a store. And if you're just getting into Magic, you don't have many cards, I do recommend it. And actually, I got like a lot of the uncommons I needed, which is awesome. Got some more land. I can always use more land. Thinking about building a cube of some sort at some point. You know, I had fun. It brought me back, because my first thing I ever opened was the M15 toolkit, so it brought me back to like the time I opened my toolkit. Visit your many faces and a consuming fever. That's cool. It's kind of like a trip down memory lane right here. The good old days. M15. I don't think I got anything good out of my toolkit. No, I remember now. I got a Thoughtseize, and I was like, what the hell is this? A Theros Thoughtseize. And everyone's like, oh my god, you got that! And I'm like, it looks cool. What did you do, guys? And I ended up like trading it for something ridiculous. I just started. It was good times. Shaper Sanctuary, not terrible. Take it. And Paladin of Bloodstained. I mean, I got a couple cool foils at least. And that's cool. The Bristling Hydra makes me kind of happy. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of energy decks just because it's not my playstyle, but I mean, it's valid. It works. It works really well. Let's see here. Belligerent Brontodon. Lightning Ray Crew. Unclaimed Territories. And a Captivating Crew. That's actually a decent card. I like that. Alright guys, well thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for listening to my rant / what I think on this topic. If you want to hear more, let me know. Throw things down in that general comment section down there. Like the video, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what you'd like to see, and stay foolish.